So it seems not a day goes by now that you don't hear about a young person who kills someone else or who has been killed in a violent act. We hear every day the trigger words about how violence is not the answer and how you can't resort to violence and all of these things. And don't get me wrong, violence should never be your first choice. It should never be your first choice. But it should always be a choice, because you do need to be able to handle yourself, whether it be because of bullies, because of anything going on. It needs to be an option. The problem that's going on in this world right now is not violence itself. It's the fact that no one is teaching our children these days about how to handle it and how to handle yourself. So you have kids that are going out here and killing other people because they don't know how to handle each other. They don't know how to throw down for just a little bit, you know, scuffle around, hit each other, bloody a nose, black an eye, bust a lip, and get up and squash the issue. You have people now who don't know how to squash an issue. People get their tail whooped, they want to come back and they want to go ahead and equalize it with a gun or a knife or whatever. Parents, teach your kids how to take a butt whipping or to hand one out. Back in my day and back in the days of my parents and before that, people went fist to fist. One person got their tail whipped, one person didn't, and most of the time they became friends after that, for good reason, because there became a respect between them. There's not that anymore, and it mostly comes from the fact that parents are out here teaching their kids that violence is no way, shape, or form supposed to be a part of your life. But there's too many bullies out here and too many people who still use it as a resort, as a first resort. You need to teach your kids how to handle themselves. Kids that are being bullied, they don't have an outlet because they don't know how to take care of themselves, and they're too scared to fight because they were taught that's not what you do, and so they go home and they commit suicide. If you don't want your kids to commit suicide because they're being bullied, teach them how to stand up and fight back. Not how to run off and tell a teacher, not how to run off and tell someone else. Yes, let someone know, and let someone know this has got to stop, or I'm going to have to take care of matters myself. Take care of them with this. This is not going to kill someone the way a gun or a knife will. Handle yourself. Young people, if your parents are telling you that violence isn't the way and that you are not ever to be violent in any way, shape, or form, learn it from somewhere else. You're better off to stay alive by using one of these than go to prison and lose your life because you used a gun or a knife to handle a situation that you didn't know how to, or because you had nowhere else to go and you ended up committing suicide. Parents, grow up. Teach your kids how to handle themselves. You'll save their life, and you may save someone else's life by teaching them that, as a last resort, handle yourself physically. Be able to handle yourself physically.